All right, what's up? What's up, everybody? This is Cross Collects Comics, and this is episode number 53 of Monday Halls Live. This is the weekly show where, and hey, let me go and pop on. What's up, everybody? Wait, whoops. Got having a spaz out here with my little screens and everything. There we go. What's up, everybody? I'm Cross Collects Comics, and this is another episode of Monday Halls Live. I'm very excited because this week we're going to be doing an unboxing of some CGC books that were submitted. We've also got the regular assortment of books that have come in, new comic books, books ordered online, and then, of course, MT is running just a little bit late because he's got a storm hitting his area, so he had to do some stuff to secure the house, but hopefully he'll be able to join us for the night, and he's going to show off just some of the books that he's been picking. And as you know, if you've been watching for a while, MT is a wealth of knowledge, and he's going to share that with us. But we've also got another special guest hanging out with us tonight. He and I went in together, along with one other person, to submit 25 books for a CGC 9.8 submission. So we're excited about that and sharing those results. So let me go ahead and bring him out. This is some of you know him well, but this is Pressed Niche Worldwide, also known as Trax. Trax, what's up? Doing?
Yeah, happy to be here.
Awesome. So Drew, that's his given name, but we call him Trax, and then his company name is Press Niche Worldwide. Drew's been doing pressing for like how long? Drew's like 2 years.
At least a year and a half now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to do it a little bit every day, so
it feels a lot longer because you've really done a lot. Like you've got a lot going on right now, and I'm going to have you share that in just a minute. But right now, I want to go ahead and just say hey to Mr. Collector, who's hanging out in the chat with us. It's good to see you, buddy. I'm looking forward to it. Also, hey, if quick notice, just a couple of quick announcements real quick before we start getting into the books that came in. So if you live in the greater Houston area and you need to meet up with people to switch out books, swap out books, do that kind of stuff, I've got to stack 2 case folios full of books to hand off to other people. Well, hey, guess what? We're going to do something in the greater Houston area to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to have lunch together for a block of time, about an hour and a half or so, at the burger joint over on North Shepherd Drive. This is the burger joint in the greater Houston area at 12 p.m. noon. That's noon straight up at the burger joint on Shepherd. That's kind of close to the middle of town. So if you're in the greater Houston area, keep an eye out on my Instagram. This is something I just came up with this past weekend when I was talking to some people, including Mr. Collector and Paul. So anybody in the greater Houston area that wants to meet up and just hang out for a little bit during the middle of the day, lunchtime, that's going to be where we're going to be. And so you're welcome to join us. There'll be a few different people I think that are going to be there. But we will, watch the Instagram for that, and I'll be dropping some more information about it. Very brand new thing. Going to try it once a month, see what happens. I know a lot of people prefer evening time, but lunchtime is also a good time. You know, lets people zip over, grab a bite, say hi, drop off some books, pick up some books, and hopefully it makes it a little bit easier to connect with all the different people in such a huge city. What's up, Cross DLR? Good to see you. Glad that you're here with us. Hey, so you're watching Cross Collects Comics, and we have started the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 912 as of, Nerd Mazing, you need to join us, dude. I'm surprised we haven't done we do informal meetups, but I'm just going to throw this out there and put it on Instagram, tag a bunch of Houston comic people. If you can't make it to this one, keep an eye out for the next one. So, we'll be doing that. It'll just be like the Cross Collects meetup or the Houston meetup or something like that. I don't know. We'll call it something. But be on the lookout for that. Also, the road to 1,000 is going. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. When we break 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a bunch of crazy books. You might even see one or two of them here tonight when we reveal from the CGC unboxing. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, this is Drew from Pressed Niche Worldwide, and he's got a nice little pressing business going, and he's also doing a lot of CGC submissions for a lot of people in town. And so I wanted to give him a chance to, just tell us first a little bit about kind of what you're, like what you're up to and what you do, the services you provide. And then if you want to show off maybe the first 5 slabs or so, and then I'll go next after you.
Sure, yeah. I started out just collecting, and then, I saw these 9/8s and, how, difficult it is to get them. And, I thought, well, like, I could figure out how to press. So one thing led to another, and now I'm sitting on like 11 machines, and they're just always busy. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've been getting some pretty good results. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
we'll be showing you some of those today, and hopefully, it's entertaining, or you can learn something, or if you have any questions or anything, just type in the chat. We'll try to answer them. But,
Awesome. So show us the first 5 that you've got lined up there, and just tell us about each of them.
So these were the first 5 from that 25 book submission. We did a pre-screen of 9/8. So if the grader decided, that this is a 9/6 or whatever it is, I think it's an $8 fee, and then it just goes in a separate pile. So I think overall we hit like 19 or 18 out of 25 on the 9/8. So anyways, so yeah, we got the first meeting of Venom and Wolverine. We got the first Princess Fisk, Moon Girl 32, Booster Gold number 2. That's I don't think there's anything key about that. It's just really high grade. And then we got Spider-Gwen number 1 and Werewolf by Night number 1, which is the first is it Jake Gomez? Werewolf by Night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
first Jake Gomez, Werewolf by Night.
Yeah. So I mean, and they were all really clean. It just kind of worked out. So yeah, that's what I got for the first 5 here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick. Oh yeah, go ahead. Now, tell us, was for that cover B of the first Jake Gomez, was that like a ratio or anything, or is that just?
I don't think it was a ratio. It was just a cover B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I noticed that's got a lot of black along the spine. How hard?
Yeah.
How hard was it to nail 9/8s with those?
Really, at that point, it just comes down to having the right book. There's nothing you can press out. You just have to have it be perfect and hope that it ships without getting damaged.
Yeah.
But actually, now that you mention it, I happen to have 4 of them, and I submitted 3 of them. So.
Wait, so did all 4 come back 9/8s?
No, I didn't submit the 4th. I might go ahead and submit it, but there was like 10.
Okay. Well, that's a nice little stockpile. That's a character I'm also Werewolf by Night. Always loved the character in both iterations, and
yeah,
looking forward to it. What's up, Jeff Mathis? Good to see you, buddy. Glad that you're here with us. So hey, it's Monday Hauls live, and we are going through some of the books. MT will be joining us. He's got a storm in the area, so we're hoping that he's staying safe. He had to get his house secured and ready for the storm. So he's going to be a little bit late, but hopefully should be joining us. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it into solo screen so I can show off some books that I picked up. I'm going to start. You'll see some of the slabs behind me that I picked up, but I'm going to save those for my next round. Speaking of Werewolf by Night and Jake Gomez, I was at my LCS, or one of my LCSs, dug through the bins and found another A-cover copy of Werewolf by Night number 1.
Very nice.
First Jake Gomez for $20 or a little under $20. I wasn't sweating that at all. Decided to go and pick it up because I like the character. I had a chance to talk on Instagram with Taboo, the musician who's also one of the writers, or who's the guiding writer for the new Werewolf by Night, and just really cool guy. A lot of cool ideas about stuff they want to do with him in the future. So I hope they come back to Jake Gomez and revisit it. But I picked up quite a few Werewolf by Nights, and I'm very interested in seeing what they're going to do with him and how they're going to introduce him for the MCU. So that's a neat thing. So you also, if you've been following me for a while, you do know that I'm a fan of The Rocketeer. Issue number 4 of the IDW series came out, The Great Race. So I had to pick that up, make sure and get that. I've been enjoying these 4-issue sets that have been coming out. My current, or my big favorite, obviously Primos is up there, but then the Saturday morning cartoon G.I. Joe 4-issue limited series has been a real fun pick for me. Also, the Choose Your Destiny books have been very popular, so I decided to go ahead and get those, or continue to pick those up. I picked up the Han Solo and Chewbacca number 4, which is the Ahsoka Tano.
Very nice.
Picked up Star Wars number 25, the Luke Skywalker. Really, I like this one. It's very nostalgic.
I like that.
Picked up Darth Vader number 25. This is the Darth Krall one. So I like that one. Then, of course, Asajj Ventress was a real cool one to get.
I saw that one on Key Collector this week. Is there anything key about those books?
Other than the Star Wars 25 being like kind of like they hyped it up as an anniversary issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything like key other than the covers about these books, but I do know. With Dr. Aphra coming, any Dr. Aphra keys are good books to have. At least 2 or 3 copies, and for cover price, even if it just bumps to like a $10 or $15 book, you can't really go wrong on that. So they are good, and these covers are just a really neat concept. I've not seen something like this done. The closest I've seen has been the kind of the Old Faithful design variant, but this having a detail, and then here's the Obi-Wan number 3, which is the Kit Fisto. But having the detail images of each of their lightsabers is a really neat touch. It kind of has a little bit of that design variant feel, but also, it's its own thing. I've not seen anything, like I said, I've not seen anything like it. So those are my new book pickups, or LCS pickups from the past week. I'll go ahead and show the first couple of slabs because they do tie in. So a friend of mine on Instagram had put up some of his lower grade Star Wars slabs on. He put them up for sale. I threw him an offer because I have a Star Wars 6.5 CGC 6.5 number 1 already, and I thought the idea of adding 2 6.5s for number 2 and 4 to the set, and having like a 1 through 4 6.5 set would be kind of random and fun. So yeah. I picked up Star Wars, and I just recently sold off a lower grade copy of my Star Wars number 2, so I wanted to get a replacement for the personal collection. So here's Star Wars number 2 in a CGC 6.5 with white pages. First appearance of Obi-Wan. Neat, just a fun pickup. It's not anything like crazy or expensive. Then I also did pick up number 4 because this is part of the overall first A New Hope storyline adaptation, and this is the death of Obi-Wan Kenobi. In this one, this is when it happens.
So you got the first appearance and the death of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Last one was a local pickup. I picked this up from my other local comic shop, Bedrock City Comics. Shout out to them because they're always cool to do little layaway deals and stuff like that, and they're just super cool folks to work with. So one of my guilty pleasure characters, I was talking with Emily at one of the Bedrocks last week about my guilty pleasure books or characters for DC, and one of them, there's 2, Firestorm, and then the other one is Red Tornado, and they happen to have a copy of Justice League of America. Hey, look at that guy. There he is.
What's happening, guys?
What's up, MT?
Hopefully I don't lose power here. But,
okay.
We got a great lightning storm going on. Quite the
Oh
show.
my gosh. Be careful. Hey, I'm going to come right to you. Let me finish telling them about this book, and then we're going to come right to you and see if we can get you in. So get your first few books ready. All right, so this is Justice League of America, number 64. It's a CGC 6.0, off-white to white pages. And this is the origin and first appearance of the Silver Age Red Tornado. Now, he's got a very,
Hey, Jeff.
kind of up and down storyline and origin, but this is when we start to see him in the form that we've most known him for, and this is the Red Tornado that we know today, the first appearance. So I decided to pick this up. Incredibly undervalued DC key. This is right up there with my Dial H for Hero books, because I've got a couple of these now. These books, I mean, it's absurd how low priced these Silver Age classics are.
Doesn't Red Tornado have a pair of kids that just came out with a new series not too long ago?
Yes, that's true. That's correct. Yes. I don't remember what their names are.
I got a low grade copy of their first appearance. That's the only reason I know. But I did hear the launch, so he is still a relevant character.
He is, and I'll tell you, I loved what, I don't know if you read so it was a run of Justice League that Brad Meltzer did right after Identity Crisis, and he did a great job with Red Tornado. So I've wanted to pick up a first, kind of a first appearance at an affordable price. This is a great price. It was already slabbed, and I decided I was going to go ahead and just pick it up. To go right next to my Firestorm one, because I think those two characters, as well as Dial H for Hero, are just incredibly undervalued DC properties, and I can't wait to see what they might end up doing with them. So hey, let's go ahead and switch it right over to MT and see what he's got for us. So MT, what you got?
Okay, I kind of skipped the cold open, and I kind of opened today's deliveries. This is what I got today. I'm gonna put them all in one big box.
That's all you got today.
It was kind of a heavy weekend for deliveries. I got quite a few. If you saw some of the stuff I posted on IG, as far as like the deliveries I got, my mailman hates me. I'm sure he does. He's got to truck everything all the way down. I did pick up. This is a cool book. I've been trying to fill out a run of Iron Man from the start, and I got this from Mr. Jackal. This was one of the ones I was missing, number 7. He conservatively grades. I think probably closer to a 6.5 in my opinion, for sure, but still a great copy. Anything in the Silver Age above a 5.0, you're doing pretty good. I really love these old Iron Man covers. Undervalued, most of them. There are a bunch of big keys in there. I also picked up another copy of Avengers Annual number 10. This is the worst cover for any first appearance ever. It gets touted with that, right? This is the first appearance of Rogue.
News fan, though.
She had gone rogue and was kind of a villain early on. Let's just show what's in the box, right?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? So I have been struggling to find X-Men lots, or people that are willing to sell me their collection of X-Men books. But I did find somebody to sell me some. So let's go through some of these. They're in the higher numbers, over 200. See if I can remember if any of these are keys. I'm not quite sure. I know this next one is cool Juggernaut cover. This is the first appearance of the Crimson Commando and the Super Saber. I know some top tier villains there, right? I've also been buying up quite a lot of What If books because I'm trying to fill out my Volume 2 run. And it was pretty funny because I posted that one of the Wolverine as a vampire, which I'd never even seen that one before. And I had 3 people hitting me up asking me what issue numbers I needed to finish filling the lot. which was kind of cool because usually I have to chase people down to sell me stuff. This was probably the best X-Men book in this particular lot.
First Jubilee.
First Jubilee, right. First Jubilee. Good old Wolvie cover. See, this guy was nice enough to actually write down some of these. First, Gene Engineer. Who knows? Hanging upside down there. Yeah, there's the lightning. X-Men book, Colossus. I like the way Colossus was drawn in this. This is when Havoc joins the X-Men. Look at Magneto in that one, huh? Classic long shot artwork. This is an homage to an early Avengers book. Avengers 63, maybe, with Wasp in her wedding dress that's fighting the Snake. Cool blob cover here. I want to say there's something key about this book too, but I do not recall that offhand. Drax, do you know? Remember?
No, not off the top of my head. You got a lot of newsstands there. Are any of them Mark Jewelers?
Not in that lot. I do have a couple Mark Jewelers that I picked up that I kind of sold on the auction the other night. Okay, this has been a really hot book lately. World War Hulk 5/5. This is a cool read. Okay, I think Planet Hulk's a better read, but this is an awesome book because Sentry, if you don't know who the Sentry is, he was kind of a stand-in for Thor when they killed Thor off. He's kind of like your Superman level type character, but he has an alter ego called the Void. So for every good deed he does, the Void goes out and balances it out. So, but they both have Bruce Banner and Hulk, right? This has got Robert Reynolds in the Sentry. So these two just slug it out and beat each other until they turn into Bruce Banner and Robert Reynolds, and then they're just whapping each other in their human forms. It's a great, very great series of panels in there. This has been a hotkey for the Black Panther movie coming out. So you got the new Ultimates with the blue marble, right? America Chavez and Jakala and what's her nose? It's not Monica Rambeau, right? Isn't that somebody different from Monica Rambeau? Somebody that
Looks like Spectrum.
Spectrum, right? All right, let's flip through some more of these X-Men books real quick. Let's see if I can pick out any keys. I'm not sure. I love that cover. That's a great cover. All these are all near mint, VF Plus near mint. Most of these are in the high 9s.
Wow.
That's a classic cover. I remember buying that one when I was a kid. Man, I want to say that's a Forge key, but don't quite recall. All right, back to this. Couple more here before I switch over. I want to show you my What If books that I got out from this guy, all from the same guy. I got a bunch of G.I. Joe books I know that Carlos will be interested to see.
Oh.
And some Gen 1 books from the Transformers. This is a book that I don't know why it's taken me so long to get this. High grade copy of the controversial first appearance of Gambit. So,
CGC calls it the cameo, but
right. He does appear in more than one panel in like 3 pages, I think.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, like chronologically it's 266, but this one came out first.
This one came out first.
But I mean, it's either a full appearance or it's, second appearance. It's definitely not a cameo.
Here's the thing. I like to have my first appearances with the character on the cover.
Yeah.
So I think that has some sway with how that book gets called out. This is a cool book. I loved this run. I bought the trade paperbacks. I've got 2 or 3 sets of these. The Secret Warriors was one of the best drawn, well written stories that came out of this era. The Secret Warriors was a new team formed by Nick Fury of new and up and coming heroes. This is where Quake came from, that was in that TV show.
Okay.
Shield. So this is the first appearance of Contessa Valentina. She got Contessa Delafonte. Something. It's Nick Fury's girlfriend. She becomes Madam Hydra in this one, which is a key book. Artwork in this is phenomenal. It's the great story. It's the death of the Howling Commandos at the very end. Bunch of appearances in this. Ares' son, the god of fear, Phobos, plays heavy in this. Very cool book. Highly recommended. You read the series, pick it up. The artwork, the interior artwork is phenomenal. I'll save the G.I. Joe for the next round. Of course. So these were the What If Volume 2 books that I picked up this time. This is one of the bigger ones. What if he had not married Mary Jane? You've got Craven the Hunter. What if he refused to give up being a Captain America? This was about the time you had Nomad, and then U.S. Agent. That whole storyline.
Yeah.
Mephisto. Everybody likes a little Mephisto. Mephistopheles. I'd like to go back and forth, Paul, on that one. Had not escaped Earth. Not a storyline I read. Don't know much about it. Same with this one. What if the Punisher had killed the Daredevil?
Oh, wow.
He did kill a few people. The second child had lived. This is another one I have no idea about. I didn't read a whole lot of FF. I'm assuming they must have lost a child around this period. This one I've got about 6 copies of. I've got a signed Valentina of that one. This one is neat because, like I said, I didn't know they had a What If for this. And I've been trying to collect all of. I showed this maybe a week or two ago. I'm trying to collect the Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know that they had a universe What If. So it's kind of neat to see some of the covers that I didn't have before. This is one I've got a bunch of. These are some of the new ones when Wolverine had the bone claws, right?
Yeah. There you go.
This is a key book. This is a good one to have. Evolutionary War is going to be a big spec coming forward. This is one I've had before too. What if you killed the Kingpin?
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Did you read this one?
Yes. That's one of my favorite What Ifs. Because it comes out of the Born Again storyline, but it's a huge pivotal moment, and it shows it's tragic, It's because that was a huge part of the whole Born Again, like the crux of the story at the end, the climax, like his choice to. But here it's just it's tragic. So it's
what I think is odd about the Daredevil What Ifs is it's always about who gets killed. It's just, what if
that's true.
Got killed? What if Elektra didn't get killed? It's kind of an odd thing.
Right? Yeah, it's always.
This is a cool book, and I've never read this. This is one I saw this and said, oh boy, I got to read this. What if Magneto took over the USA Part 2? So this is a 2-part. And that good of a story. They gave him both comics. Wolverine had married Mariko. She got killed by Sabretooth. And this is the vampire book I posted.
Yeah.
Had no idea this existed. I want to know how he was able to be turned into a vampire with his healing factor.
Right, yeah. Logically, yeah.
You would think he could get past that. So
right, yeah. I totally would have seen him getting over it.
Well, back to the start here. I will kick it back over. I've got another 50, 60 books. So,
all right, Trax, you ready to show your next round?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to come over to you, buddy. All right. There he is.
My camera here. All right. So I figured, we did that CGC submission. I actually got 2 back around the same time. I just set aside a stack of the failures. I figured I could kind of show them and how just critical CGC is of some of these books, because this was in the reject pile. Fiddle. I don't see a single flaw.
Wow.
The whole way down, but I'm thinking that I thought this was a printer defect, but maybe they said it wasn't. But you can see like a little blotchiness on that 50.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they.
Did you blacklight the book?
Did what?
Did you blacklight the book?
I did not. Actually, you know what? That's something I should probably do before submissions.
Yeah, may not want to let that out.
What's up? We've got a little rabble rouser running around the chat right now.
Well, comics, where the hell are you?
He says use a level.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, I got 3 back in a 9.8 of this one, and I couldn't figure out what did they see on this book, because they were all polybagged, they were all pressed the same way.
One of the crazy things that drives me nuts is fingerprints with them. So I'm always super careful to wipe them down, wear gloves when I put it in the bag, because I've had that come back, fingerprints.
Really?
Yeah, so you got to watch that, because they knock down hard for fingerprints.
Yeah. For this one, I thought it was going to be that polybag line down the middle.
Yeah.
Because all of them had that.
All of them have that.
I pressed it out pretty good. I don't think you can see it. Maybe in the right light, you might be able to tell it was there. But
so a lot of these books, everybody doesn't know, the Midnight Suns came in poly bags, and there was a seam down the middle of the poly bag, which causes an indentation in almost all those books.
Actually, I have them right here. I got a stack of them from that. It was a warehouse find, so I had a bunch. But
nice.
Here's your poster, your poly bag. And I figured, when I get to sell them, I can put this in with an 9.8, and have all of it.
Very cool.
But yeah, there's that seam on the back, and when they're sitting in a stack, that's on the book.
Absolutely, especially in a large stack of them.
Yeah. You got what are some famous culprits? You got Static 1. You got Ultimate Fallout 4.
You got Spider-Man 1 McFarlane.
Oh, yep.
You got Ren and Stimpy, Smell-O-Vision.
Now you're just showing off.
You got the X-Force. Does X-Force have a seam in it?
I think it must, because I've never tried to degrade one of those. I think they're just too overprinted. But I got one of these in a 9.8 right here. This was the first Venom fighting Wolverine, but
yeah, that's a cool cover.
Could not figure out. I think I need to go over these with a black light. I think you're right on that. That's probably how they find the little flaws. But
yeah, that's also how they pick up fingerprints.
Yeah. Well, you can fix that with just wiping it down with a microfiber cloth.
Absolutely.
So
tissue will do it.
If that's all it is, then
that's a resubmit.
I can't remember what this was key of, but it was really hot right before the Doctor Strange movie.
That is the first appearance of Sidorak, who gets not his powers. He gets it from Sidorak, and Doctor Strange uses the spell, the Crimson Bands of Sidorak, which you kind of also saw in the movie, even though they didn't name it. But it's a binding spell. He uses that spell against the Hulk in the World War Hulk book that I just showed here a few minutes ago.
Do you think this is going to pick back up, or is this key done?
No, that will always be a valuable book. It may not garner the extra $10 that it did when it was during the movie, but that has always been a key book in demand.
Even like the Evil Wanda stuff, like that was a little flash in the pan, just real short term. But because I don't see her being Evil Wanda again, in the same way.
She is always susceptible to losing her marbles, so not out of the question.
All right. Well, fair enough. I can't find another, there's nothing on this book either. So there's going to be a black one.
And I should say that not all specs are tied to the MCU or the Disney shows. Sometimes when they relaunch a new comic book run or an artist may have some signing or whatever, a lot of times those keys will heat back up again for those reasons.
That's very true. I was doing submissions for customers for the George Perez, and I was seeing the same books over and over.
Right.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Minute ago. Yeah.
Actually, this book was George Perez, so that got really hot. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, there's a convention coming to town. We had some actors from The Boys. It was Anthony Starr and Kimiko.
Okay.
Comic Palooza. So those books, shot up because people were trying to buy for the signings. But yeah, this is the first Spider-Ham 2099.
Nice.
Oh, wait, let me see that. I haven't seen that cover yet. Oh, yeah, that's cool. One of my all-time favorite slabs is up on my not-for-sale shelf. Is the first appearance of Peter Porker the Spider-Ham.
Marvel Tales #1.
Indeed. With Captain America, Hulk Bunny. Here, I should probably show that. People should see this. Pop me over there, Carlos.
Let's see.
Yep, there it is.
The Goose Rider. The Goose Rider. Gotta love it.
I like that one. Yeah, that's pretty. That's a cool one. I like that. Hey, just quick couple more shout outs to the chat. Of course, Paul's just running rampant through there. We've also got Immortal Biggie Shaq. Good to see you, buddy. Same for you. If you CK, Michael, I'm glad that you're here. Big shout out to Nerd Basing. Check out his channel for nerdy, geeky product reviews. Got some of the best production value I've seen on a review channel, period. Southern Comic Geek, good to see you as well. Another local Southern guy. Glad to see him. And then Mr. Collector, always glad to have you with us. Thanks to all you guys for watching and for hanging out here with us tonight as we go through our hauls from the past week to week and a half. Let's see, Trax, did you have anything else to show for this round?
I got a little bit left, but let me save that for the next one.
Okay. I'm going to jump in now, and I'm going to show off the Stop Smiling and Show the Books. All right. These are, so I had the 25 book pre-screen submission that we did through Press Niche Worldwide, or Drew. I submitted 7 books through that, and fortunately all 7 of them came back 9.8s. So there was no surprises. We felt pretty good about them because I went over them each with Drew, and then he did presses on each of them just to kind of get some of the waviness out, make sure. But they were pretty sharp off the shelf. So I was very fortunate that they all came back 9.8s. They are all modern books. So I'll show them off real quick. This one I did a preview of it on last night's affordable auction. This is Gun Honey #1, the Adam Hughes variant. This, of course, came back a CGC 9.8. It's a crisp copy, and my rationale for getting this one slab is because the Adam Hughes books, there's always an audience for them. There's always somebody who wants to get them. I had picked up the entire Gun Honey, limited series and a few of the variants and later printings. So I have it's either the second or third printing variant version of this, but this is the first printing. And I felt like this was a good spec because, again, beautiful women covers always do well.
And that one in particular has been wildly popular.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at it. I mean, this is Adam Hughes doing some of his best work. It's a hot spec book. I mean, the cover, it's the first issue, and you can't go wrong with it. So next, so many of you also know that I spec heavy on Radiant Black. I've started to send those in. I'm sending in first issues just to have a few of them. This is the first one back. This is a cover A in a CGC 9.8. This kicks off Kyle Higgins' shared universe. He's now done, I think, Supermassive, Radiant Red. Radiant Black is continuing, and he's going to continue to spin it off. So I was really interested in seeing what he did. Great guy. He signed a set of A and B covers for me at a convention, and just super nice guy. So I signed those for personal collection, but I'm going to get a bunch of the others slabbed and start to have those out. Also, speaking of Radiant Black, Radiant Black number 5. This is the variant C cover. It's a version cover by Serge Acuna. This also came back at 9.8.
Awesome.
I was hoping one or two of your books would hit a 9.9, but it's so incredibly rare.
They don't give it out. It's like a policy not to give those out. It seems like you only get 9.9s when the corporate printers you directly submit it to CGC.
Right, exactly. Okay, so here's another one I'm specking on. Noctera. I love that series. It's fantastic. It's one of the best new science fiction series I've seen come out. I compare it to, like, I look at it as the science fiction equivalent of Something is Killing the Children. So I really believe in it. I enjoy it. So I've picked up quite a few. I'm starting to slab those as well. So this is Noctera number 1, the 1-in-10 ratio variant in a CGC 9.8. And so very pleased because I do have quite a few Noctera books, but I was very pleased that came back. I think that was one of the ones I actually got for cover price at a local comic shop. So these last 3 are kind of more personal spec cover or spec books. As you know, I'm a huge fan of Primos. That's the 4-issue limited series by Al Madrigal and Carlo Barberi. There was a very under-ordered ratio variant. I think it was either the 1-in-10 or the 1-in-15 for issue number 1. I got 2 copies off of eBay, and after looking at them, Drew and I submitted this one, and this one came back in 9.8 also. So this is one that is more personal collection than anything, but I'll tuck it away. And like a lot of the books, you know, if they ever like spike like crazy, then I do always consider selling them off. Here's another one. So this was one that was so low key that this was a secret VHS edition from Scout Comics, and my LCS didn't even realize what it was. They just put it on. They thought it was like a regular B cover, but I think it's like a 1-in-25. It was only for every. I think it was a ratio. I think it might have been like a 1 per store or something. But there was a series called Unicorn, and so this is by Scout Comics, and this is the VHS variant for it. I picked up also the regular A cover and the second print, but I just love these that are like a VHS. You can see it looks like those old 90s.
Oh, absolutely. That is an homage to The Last Unicorn.
Right, yep.
What is that comic about?
Well, it's a little girl who kind of, like, she goes on her own quest to try to find a living unicorn. And like in modern day. And actually the thing that when I flipped through it, the thing that actually caught me, and this was before I even had seen it, like I think I went looking for it based on the premise on one of the websites or apps. It wasn't really one that was being like trumpeted or talked about. But when I opened it, flipped through it, the artwork was okay, but there was a fantasy world map inside the book that was like, it was drawn as part of the art. It wasn't like an insert or something. And that just looked really cool. And it kind of had the layout of a unicorn and stuff. And so I just thought it was cool. I sadly, I don't have the rest of the series. I don't even know if they finished the series. It was so radically under ordered, but getting this for less than cover price, I just said, yeah, I'm absolutely going to take it. And it happened. Drew was able to work his magic. And this one, we were a little bit, we weren't sure about it, but he was able to press it quite nice. And because it had just been thrown on the shelf with the rest of them. And so, but yeah, it came back in 9.8. So I'm real pleased about this one. It's another kind of, semi-personal or long-term one. Who knows if they'll ever do anything with it. I just really liked it. Last one, this one's a personal one. So my son has started to get into slabbing some of his books. On the last submission, I showed off a We Live #1 that came back as CGC 9.8. So that's one of his books that he just really enjoys. The other one is a series called Tokyo Ghost. This is by Rick Remender with Sean Murphy cover and art. This is the A cover that kicks off the series, and this also came back as CGC 9.8. So, yeah, Tokyo Ghost, highly recommended, especially if you're into anime and manga, which he is. So, yeah, so those are my 7 books that came back from that submission. Very happy and pleased. I've dropped off another 9 with Drew, and we'll see what happens with those. So I'll go ahead and bounce it over to MT. MT, you ready?
Yep. I just gotta pull out my other G.I. Joe books that I got here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me because I don't know what all the specs are in the G.I. Joe books. So
okay,
you'll have to give me a hand with some of those. I got a bunch of Man-Thing books in 2, which aren't terribly exciting. There's my other copy of Avengers Annual 10. That's a book I've been specking on.
I'm interested in the Man-Things. I sold the volume 2s that I had, and then I realized that the creator, or the writer, not the creator, the writer's coming to Houston in a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so I want to get him to sign a couple of books.
Is that going to be at Bedrock or?
No, it's at Eastern Rim.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, man, they came out swinging or something. They've got some pretty solid talent coming, which it's such a small show, but like it's really impressive, that they're getting some old school guys. Yeah, so the guy that's coming, let me find it real quick. I'll give them a quick plug. So they are, if you're in the greater Houston area, Eastern Rim. Let's see. The Eastern Rim Funny Book and Vintage Con. It's going to take place at a high school in Baytown. And let me get to it real quick. Where is the? That's a group I probably need to join. Where is the?
Okay, here we go.
Where's their page though? Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. So real quick. Okay, yeah. So Tony Isabella is the creator of Black Lightning. And he also wrote Man-Thing for the first couple volumes. But yeah, Tony Isabella, he did all 10 issues of the first volume of Black Lightning. He's going to be there signing, and it's free to get into this convention. So I'm taking my run of Black Lightning over there, and I'm going to have him sign him. And yeah, Drew, I just found out about it, so I'm going to have to get you to press him before he signs him. But yeah, they're also the what?
Get him yellow label. Get a witness there. And,
yeah.
They will have a witness, but I don't want to. I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see, Patrick. Where are the rest of the announcements? Okay, Val Mayerick is the co-creator of Howard the Duck. He's going to be there. And then I want to meet this guy, El Peso Hero. Is going to be there. Oh, Steve Irwin, who did Deadpool, is going to be there. Keith Wilson. Yeah, they've got a lot of like these 80s DC artists. Oh, Mark Nelson. He did the first Aliens comic. He's going to be there. Yeah, so they've got some good little, they've got a good little show going. I'm really impressed with it. So that's yeah, I'm really impressed with it. Right, so you, MT, you ready? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There it is.
That might have been the one I sold. That was, no? Okay, yeah, I had one, and then I just sold it off because I was like,
These are pricey books in high grade. This is the first Howard the Duck. It's also a Red Sonja key. Very popular. This has always been kind of a hot book. But kind of a pricey book actually. Wouldn't think of Howard the Duck, but Howard the Duck is very much tied to the horror, supernatural,
Right.
Marvel. So I was able to, at my local LCS, I picked up the final issue of Man Thing. Very cool
Nice.
book. He writes a little letter in this one. This is a book I buy every time I see it. I absolutely love the giant size Man Thing #1. It's got the Glob. He fights the Glob in this one, which is a Journey into Mystery Kirby monster book #72. It's a book that sits on my top shelf. I love old Kirby monster books. The Glob is one of my more favorite covers because I like the dark blue background. I like the Journey into Mystery logo over the dark blue background. But a cool scene, cool book. Super excited. I got this from Mr. Jackal. If you can't see the Mr. Jackal sticker on that, right?
Nice. Do you have any Man Things you want to sell?
I'm sure we can throw something together. This is issue #5 of Man Thing, where he's got the clown in the swamp. Who knows? This is a really cool cover too. Another giant-sized Man Thing.
That is a cool one.
It's sword and sandal, right? With basically Conan the Barbarian type thing. Very cool cover. A world he never made. Have not read this one, but might, because looks like a pretty interesting premise on that one. Okay, this stack first. I have no idea. This was in with this big lot I bought. It didn't kind of match up with any of the other books I remember purchasing. I have no idea if this was just like extra packing material.
Interesting.
What that is, they'll let me know. This is another one I picked up from Mr. Jackal, one of my all-time favorite Wolverine X-Men covers. The solid backgrounds, notoriously difficult and high grade. I think this is an earlier Rogue appearance, right? Rogue and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And this is a God. Michael will shoot me because I can't remember who drew this. Trax, you know who drew this cover?
Let me see it again.
Looks like Dingo, actually. I should know who drew this.
Yeah, not sure.
This was a neat one I got with just an aimless book in a lot, but a Stan Lee homage of Wolverine there with his pens and pencils.
Yeah, I like that.
And his classic green sweater vest. He is most commonly known to wear the green sweater vest. This is a book I got that I have no idea what it is. It's a Dark Horse 56 pager, issue #25 of Brooklyn Blood. I think Champ might have been reading this run. Comic Book Champ and Brooklyn Blood. Story by Andrew. I don't know. I'm not going to try and Ashes.
MT, let's see the G.I. Joes.
All right, I got one more quick story to tell before I get to the G.I. Joe.
Okay.
I was trying to buy a gold foil variant of Turok #1 because I don't have one. I should have one. You know what I mean? So I happened across this one who said red foil variant. It was cheap, so I just bought it like $3-4 bucks. There is no such thing as a red foil variant. They're all red foils.
So you got a $1,000 book for $3.
Right. X-Men 92 did a Secret Wars. This is the Hastings cover. That's coming back around. Okay, now we're getting into some more cooler stuff here. I got a Dr. Doom lot full of Dr. Doom keys. Doom 2099, cool book. That's from the Dr. Doom self-titled. Doom War is a key book for the Wakanda Forever. So I've been picking up copies of that. This is one that I've wanted for a while and have not had in my collection yet.
Yeah. Did you see? I just
Tell people what this is, Carlos.
Yeah. So this is I just picked one up from my haul. Also,
okay.
yeah, it was $20 LCS. Yeah, and then he's got the B cover. So yeah, this is the first Jake Gomez, who is the current Werewolf by Night, or he was the new Werewolf by Night, and this takes it in a different direction than the Jack Russell character, and so I don't know that the series did that well, but I really like the direction they were going in it. I love that they involved Red Wolf in it.
Oh, did they really? Oh,
yes, that was one of the coolest things in the world to see him pop up as like part mentor, but part kind of like a Tommy Lee Jones-esque tracker character.
Okay.
So yeah, it was pretty sweet. So it's a good book to have right now, especially. So the G.I. Joes. Oh wait.
We're not here. We're almost there. Okay. I'm hustling. Okay, so my other thing I've been buying a lot of recently is Submariner keys and Submariner Black Panther crossovers. I absolutely love this cover. I bought a copy from Mr. Roman Curtis. I got another copy and a lot. Actually, you know what? Both of these came from Roman Curtis. This is a Roman Curtis lot.
So that first one, who did the art on the first one? Do you know?
I believe this is a I thought it's a Kevin Lashley cover. I think that's a Lashley. Somebody wants to double check me on that, but established 1939. That was the first Submariner comic. I believe this was maybe a 1 in 70 variant, something like that. This one is one I didn't know about, but this is Namor the First Mutant, the black and white variant. This is the Gala series. Dr. Doom looks like kind of a little weird, but hey, cool. 90s foil goodness. What would the 90s do without some foily covers? So that's number 37. Why 37 needed a foil cover? The world may never know. This is a cool What If book. I got a couple of these. The Namor, love the artwork on this one.
Yeah.
George Pack. Or Greg Pack. Sorry, Greg Pack. This is another one I got from Mr. Rowan Curtis. It's signed.
Oh yeah. The Joe Jesco variants.
Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah. It's there's a whole set of them. Yeah. There's like that. It was a thing they did that period of time, that those like that month or two. All the covers were Joe Jesco covers.
Oh,
so there's a bunch. That's a cool one to have. Yeah.
And then I've got a lot of requests for these. So I started digging up my copies, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to sell my copies off, I better buy extra ones. So this is what Namor in the MCU was modeled after. Was Namor from the Ultimate Universe. So this is the story arc, The Tomb of Namor, Part 1. Part 2.
There's the 25 that I want. Yeah, I'm looking for one of those.
This is a super smoking hot cover with his relationship with Sue Storm.
Yep.
It comes to a climax in the Ultimatum storyline later on in Ultimates. And Namor's classic battle with the Human Torch. Human Torch and Namor fought all the way back into the 40s. Of course, it was the original Human Torch and not Johnny Storm, but still that same theme of those two, fire and water fighting, went all the way back. And then this is just another set. I got 2 sets of these. I got a first appearance of the Tumna too that I bought. I can't lay my hands on it, but that just came in the other day. This is a key Submariner book, number 4. It's got 3 first appearances of Atlanteans in it, and I don't remember their names offhand, but this is a super nice high-grade copy from my comic book shop. Awesome book. And then the other What If Submariner had saved Atlantis from its destiny of being destroyed. Okay, now on to the Yo-Joes. And I will actually, I'll show these first because I got these from Mr. Strictly. Mr. Strictly Comics himself. This is actually, people think that 363 is the first appearance of Throg. It's actually this book that he's actually Throg in this book. So what would you do? What do you call a 6'6" fighting mad frog? Throg puddle wump or something like that. But anyway, signed.
Nice.
Signed by Walt Simonson,
Oh wow.
creator of Beta Ray Bill, which leads us here. First appearance of Stormbreaker, also signed by Walt Simonson. Really cool. He has a great signature too. Look at the way he signs it all the same with the arrow and the Thor there. So super happy to get that from Mr. Strictly Comics himself. Paul was supposed to be on here to back up my G1 Transformer books, but he flaked out on me. So we'll do those last, and we'll get into the G.I. Joes, and hopefully Carlos can help me with these. Oh, yeah, I forgot about these. This is a book that me and Michael Presses always talk about and collect, the Fang Book. This was like, back in the day, this was a super, super hot, popular book. Borderline nudity in it. About as close as you can get in a PG-13 comic book, right? Fang was an extremely popular. It's from the 80s when everybody was bodybuilders, right? Right. 80s, everybody was bodybuilders. Into the 90s a little bit too with that, but more so the 80s. Professional wrestling was big. I think that's really what kind of spurred that on. The Conan movies, there was a bunch of sword and sandal movies that had bodybuilders in it throughout the 80s. Not sure why I picked up another Tosin, but never a bad book to have there.
Yep.
Okay, so you have to start helping me here. I don't know which one of these are key. Cool Cobra Commander cover.
There's a lot of keys in G.I. Joe. That's a key, and the next one's a key. Yeah, I can tell you here. Let me look and see which ones, because those are definitely.
So I'll read off the numbers.
So number 6, the first one you showed with the Cobra Commander helmet, that's the first team appearance of the October Guard. So that's an important one.
Must be those guys there.
Right, on the right. They were basically the Russian version of G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then that was 26, right? That's the first half of the origin of Snake Eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was a big one. It's also the first appearance of the Hard Master, one of his masters, and then the first appearance of the Soft Master. And then which one is that one?
Oh, yep, hard and soft. These ones are actually labeled on the back. This is first payload, hard top, and backstop.
Yep.
The Baroness on that one with Serpentor.
Yeah. No, you had it. That's the thing. They had new characters popping up like every couple of issues. It was brand new characters. So like half the run is key books.
I believe this is the new branding for the Snake Eyes logo. Face.
Kind of. Yeah, they tried to. So for that one, they were doing this was during the time like when it started getting past 100 or towards 100
phase. Isn't it like after 100 they went into that big ninja phase?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
But I think that's a little bit before that because that's issue 94. Issue 99 here.
Yeah.
This is a key. Brainwashed by Cobra.
Yeah, so the 99, let's see, 99 was not a first appearance. Let's see. Oh, yeah, see, this is a nostalgia one right here. This cover, I think that's 108, right? Is that 108?
108. Looks like you got Cobra Commander and some weird version. That's got to be Snake Eyes, right?
Yeah, no, that was the third iteration of Snake Eyes right there with those goggles. So yeah, no, that's not a key, but the next issue was one of my top 10 picks for the series. Like I did a top 10 video. It's got like a couple thousand views already.
I saw that.
And it's the next issue, I call it the death issue, because that was the one when a bunch of, like, I think Larry Hama in frustration killed off like 6 or 7 G.I. Joe characters. And
so this is one of the famous ninja castle assault sneak in.
Oh, I don't have that one. I don't have that one right there. 121.
To save the Silent Castle, playing off of G.I. Joe 21.
Right.
The Silent issue was 21, so now they're off to save the Silent Castle in 121. This is Yearbook 3, which now Yearbook was its own series. These weren't like the annuals, right? Or were these annuals?
No, these. Actually, no. I think they might have been the annuals.
I've always figured that out because I only
know the mainline ones. Let's see.
1987, Volume 1, Number 3. So it's got to be its own volume. But I mean, it reads like an annual. And oddly enough, which I didn't know about this one, this has got another silent story in it.
Really?
I'm trying to figure out if this is the reprint of 21. No, because Stormbreaker was in it.
Yeah. I like it.
Wasn't in 21, but you have another silent issue in this one. That is crazy. And then you got your yearbook style Lady J.
Yep. Hey, so for the chat, for those that are anybody interested in the G.I. Joe books and my top 10 picks, I'm dropping that in the chat right now. So make sure to check it out if you are so inclined to do so.
Wow, this is a cool book. This is a very cool book and a cool cover. I mean, look at, you've got Snake Eyes all strapped to this machine, and Storm looks like he's actually defending him.
Yeah, because they were like brothers. They like grew up together, but there was a Well, it was a. There's the second part of his origin. 27. Yep.
And there's something listed on Timber is listed on the back.
Yes.
Timber.
Remember, Timber was the wolf. Snake Eyes wolf. Do you remember the wolf at all from the story or from the cartoon or anything?
Yes, I do.
I love this series.
Get that back up on 27. That should have been on the front. We'll do that later. So let me hit you with the G1s. Oh, back me up.
And yeah, you nailed it, Nerd Mazing. All these 80s cartoons were created to help sell toys back in.
Absolutely. And the only way they were allowed to be on TV was to have the PSA at the end of the show.
Right, yeah.
Knowing is half the battle. This is one to grow on.
Yep.
Don't burn your sister. Don't stick forks in the electrical outlet. I think that this is the first Ike-Hole, which is the female love interest of Loki that actually ends up just being Loki spelled backwards. Hela created this character to keep tabs on Loki, kind of where the Loki in the TV show, the idea for her kind of came from was Coley in this run, or Ike-Hole. Okay, G1 issue number 7. Strictly had like 8 comic book boards stuffed in this bag, so I'm not quite sure why. I don't remember this being a big key, but maybe it is.
No, that's I want to think it's the first appearance of Ratchet, and a couple of others. Because remember, Transformers was the same thing.
First Ratchet. Well, that would be a big key. Ratchet was in all the.
Oh wait, no, it's 7 is not a key.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
For some reason, why did I think it was the first? No, Ratchet. No, Ratchet was his first appearance was in issue number 1.
I was gonna say I thought he was the original. This is a cool one. I loved Destructor.
Oh yeah,
from the Constructicons, and this is a signed COA.
Oh wow. Who signed that one?
Bob Budinsky, the big time artist for Transformers, the seminal artist for Transformers.
Nice.
Strictly had that sketch done by him, if you remember. And then the last G1 would be Optimus Prime, Autobot Killer. Doing a little fratricide here. CI, some Prime trauma. So I one more and a cool little story I want to tell since I was showing Namor books. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I didn't collect a ton of books when I was in high school or middle school. About maybe 7th or 8th grade, I started buying comic books. New Warriors, I bought the McFarlane Spider-Man run. I bought Infinity Gauntlet. And then I got into playing football and doing stuff like that. Didn't really buy any more comic books until I got to be in my mid-20s. And then my brother brought home, he started buying comics. I've always liked Marvel comics, stuff like that, right? So I used to buy the Marvel cards when I walked home from school. In fact, I had way more Marvel than actual comics. So I started collecting 1990, oddly enough, which is, I just got this one in too. I can't remember if I showed this last week. The 1990 Marvel card homage, Harley Quinn. Isn't that cool, Marco Robbie?
That is really cool.
It's going to be one of the giveaways to my pinup book pull box I'm going to do. That would be the other one, the New York Comic Con exclusive. But at any rate, back to this story. He brought home the Spiral series from Thor. That's when Thor had a son, Magni, and Deathstalker the Destroyer came to kill him. And then that led right into the Avengers and Thor Disassembled series when Joe Cicada came onto Marvel as the editor-in-chief, and they kind of did a big reset, like DC had just done. What was that? What was the big DC reset? Infinite Worlds or New
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah. Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Of course, Marvel had to do it too. So they brought Joe Cicada in. I never bought an Avengers comic book when I was a kid. So right about that time, this was the very first Avengers comic book I ever bought. This is the last one before they went into the disassembled storyline. Really sweet Namor cover. The interior art and story is a little shaky. It's when Atlantis invades. I don't know if you can see how terrible shape this book is in. It's like waterlogged and well read. And oh yeah, you can see how bad it is there, right?
That's pretty rough.
But it's priceless to me. It's the first Avengers comic book I ever bought. I would go on to collect the entire run, number 1 through 503 of Avengers.
Wow.
I just completed here a few years ago, and it all started with this comic book. It cost me a small fortune, but I did get all 503 issues of Avengers.
Oh my gosh.
And then it started with this very comic book right here.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Keep the books that started it all for you, because they, at the end of the day, this means more to me than, an Avengers 8 that I picked up a couple years ago. The first Kang, which is one of my all-time favorite Avengers books, but still doesn't have the meaning that this beat up, well-read, waterlogged comic does. Same with my first McFarlane Spider-Man You never forget those books, and what this did and showed me how important these stories are. It really expands your mind, and they explore some really heavy content and ideas, science fiction ideas, and it opens up a very wide world that appeals to a lot of people. And I think that that's the magic and majesty of comics. You can find a story just about anywhere that you can relate to or be interested in, and they tackle some very heavy subjects and some deep science type stuff that you can learn in comic books that is in a format that's easily digestible. Comic books are not just throwaway things. The stories that are written in here are important and valuable to your growth as a human being. So buy and read comics. Don't just buy them, read them too, huh? But anyway,
Love that.
that's what I got. That's enough hauls, at least for me this week. That's what I got in today.
Wow. Well, awesome. Hey, Trax, you got anything left? You got anything for us?
I had 3 more books here. We could run through them real quick, and then
Let's take a look at what you got.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, you're up.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. So this is one that I picked up literally like within a few days of the news in Quantumania. So
Oh yeah.
I got one of those too.
it's a lot nicer of a copy than the last one I had, but I actually almost brought it out on the last auction because it went up in value since I bought it, but I think I'm going to hold on to this one.
Yeah.
But
You got the option when I was asking you your opinion on my copy, right?
yeah. It looked like a really sharp copy. I don't know what the increase thing is a little weird because I know they said they're not gonna take off for it, but I don't know. Yeah.
It's one of these things that I just really wanted. I was going to post it on IG and get opinions, but let me just show it real quick, and then I'll have Trax comment on it.
Okay. Let's see it.
All right, MT. Here you go.
Yeah, let's see it up close. Can you get like an angle on that crease?
Yeah, so it is a color breaking crease.
Yeah.
Right? It's a subscription crease. If people don't know what that is, when you used to get at-home subscriptions, they'd fold the dang thing in half and stick it in your mailbox. But other than that subscription crease, the corners are sharp. There's no spine ticks. I don't know. Have you submitted one with a subscription crease yet, Trax?
I have, but it's not back yet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so back to Trax, because I wanted to get his opinion on that.
I wonder if they can tell if it was a crease from 40, 50 years ago by like maybe the yellowing or something. And then they could say that, yeah, this is more or less basically like a printer defect type of a thing. Like it was very common, so we're going to overlook it. But I don't know.
CGC wrote this letter here a few months ago when they raised prices, saying that they weren't going to do major deductions for bindery or printing errors that were a result of the printing and binding process. But, you can write all the letters you want, but until you get that grade back,
yeah,
you don't know how serious they are about it. But anyways, what grade was yours? Let's have a better look at yours.
Yeah, so the issues are going to be in the corner. We got...
Is that PC or is this something you...
I'm not... I don't know. I'm not too attached to it right now, but I was going to hold on to it. I wasn't going to try to sell it when the movie came out or anything like that.
Because near mint copies of this book go $700 to $800 right now.
Jeez. Yeah, I'd put this at about maybe like a 5.0. I got it for like $100, so
great deal. I've bought and sold quite a few of these, but they never have I seen what they're going for right now. Great book to pick up because people don't know they're using the Yellow Jacket from the MCU. They're going to use the old Yellow Jacket armor and create MODOK in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think what happened was the MODOK show came out and a lot of copies got bought up. And then the next time they announced news for a different movie, you had to pay up if you wanted a copy. So
right,
like that. second wave. But yeah, I don't know. I think that character might have some legs.
I think it does. MODOK's always been super popular. And this is the one where he has the wee stumpy legs before he got his little rocket sled, you know?
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
there with the beekeepers.
We got it. Little stumpy legs right there.
Yeah, little stumpy legs there, little mini me.
So I got 2 spec books here for Carlos made me think of them, but he said that anime books are getting really popular. So this is one that I read the manga of, and I enjoyed it. And they just announced that Crunchyroll is coming out with a TV show of it.
Nice.
And I did my own research, and I think this is the first appearance in U.S. Comics. May or may not be anything, but I don't know if the show gets popular.
What's the premise?
He can basically it's like video game, but like real life, where you can like level up, and if I remember right, he like min maxes and stuff, and it's been a while since I actually read the story for this one. I've read a few, but yeah, I remember I really liked it. So
cool.
And then here's the other one. This was a customer brought me this, a pressing customer, and he actually has the only 9.8 on eBay right now. But this is a really popular show right now. You might have seen some cosplays at the last convention of it. Yeah. So anyways, another spec book, free comic book day, really cheap right now, but who knows. So.
Oh God! If you go to those conventions, you see how popular anime is. It's like a damn show.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, couple spec books, couple of fun ones there, but that's all I got.
Very cool. All right, well, guys, looks like we're going to bring this in for a landing. Only an hour and 22 minutes tonight, but. Hey, for everybody who's watching right now, thank you so much for hanging out with us and for checking out some of the books that we're picking up. Lots of good comments from the chat tonight, and lots of really cool books that were shown off by both MT and Drew. Guys, Drew, big thanks to that for the help with the submission, and then MT, huge thanks for showing off so many cool books that I want now. And I'm gonna have to go. I started cruising through eBay looking for some of the copies of that Ultimate Fantastic Four run with Namor. But hey, for everybody watching, just make sure and remember that we are on the road to 1,000. Thanks to the subscriber that were added during the live stream right now. I'm glad to have you guys aboard. Continue to like, watch, comment, and subscribe here on the channel. We will have a big celebration for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, that big milestone. Once we break it, we'll have a lot going on with that. But otherwise, just keep an eye out here. I am going to, the Friday feature videos are going to be every other Friday for the foreseeable future. And then again, on Wednesday night, we'll be live streaming for the giveaway show with myself and Paul and possibly one or two others. But that'll be fun because this week we're going to be talking about all the announcements and trailers and stuff that started to come out from San Diego Comic-Con, including the trailer that just hit today, I think, the Andor series trailer. That artwork and trailer looks pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to talking about that, seeing where that's at. We do that on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Central. The live stream starts promptly at 10. So thanks for being here with us tonight, and we're going to go ahead and sign off and let everybody get some rest. Thanks again for y'all being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. So this is Monday Halls Live, and we've enjoyed spending time with you. So take care.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
All right, see ya.